Once again, session of Hoodies the podcast. Test 1, 2. This is Hoodies. Let's do it, man. Live from the Still Sweet. Yo, coming at you, man. Yeah. Are we back? 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 Word. Peace, I'm the God Rashidi, and I want to thank you for pulling up to another episode of Hoodies the podcast. Word. Hey, so listen, before we get into this, man, just let me say this. Yo, winter is here. Now, if you live where I'm from in Chicago, maybe Milwaukee, and up north, Rhode Island, New York, Jersey, wherever, they're telling us, you know, nigga, it's been here. But this is Virginia. So even though the weather has changed, you know what I mean? It ain't been summer like, but now it's real brick. You understand? It's really brick now. Winter is officially here. And it's about time. It is December. It's December, hold on. It's December 7th. It's about time, right? Right? It's about time. So yeah, man, you know, I ain't gotta tell y'all nothing that you don't already know. Stay warm. You know, all that good stuff. I'm just rambling. Word. I'm just rambling. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. All right. You mad? You mad? Oh, you mad? I hate that, man. Why do people do that? You know what I'm saying? They just words. You mad? Why do people do that, man? I think that's kind of dumb, right? Listen, why do people act like words can't get you hurt? You know what I'm saying? Why do people act like words can't get you smacked in the mouth? Why do people act like words can't get you shot? Words can get you shot and killed. Words will get you fucked up. Dead ass. Words can get you hurt. Was it not words that ultimately got the late Brother Minister Malcolm? Was it ultimately not words that got Brother Martin? The late Brother Martin? Medgar Evers? Stokely? He ended up having to leave America. Stokely Carmichael, that is. He ended up having to leave America based off something he said. Words can get you hurt, man. People need to stop playing them games. And then why be like, you mad? What you mad? You mad? They just some words. Yo, come on, man. Like, how much sense does it make to trigger someone, right? You know, with words, and you know, triggers. When someone's triggered, things can happen. They'll get loud with you. Probably the least they'll probably get loud with you. Some of them, listen, words will get you hurt. Somebody will get up in your face based off something you said. Them low blows. And them things that trigger people, oh shit, Chicago tied it up. It's 21-21 against Green Bay. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. What's going on? Yeah, but yeah, man. Words is what makes men and some women go punch a hole in the wall. Words can set it off. Words will get you seriously hurt. You understand? You think words is just words. Why you get mad over words? Okay, well, go say something about some Jews. Just whatever. Just go speak your mind. Whether you right or wrong, go say some words that the ADL finds offensive. And tell them, you mad? It's just words. You mad? You mad? Say that to them. Walk up to some law enforcement. So-called law enforcement. Let me not do that, because there's probably more good cops than bad. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But just walk up on a police officer, detective. Let's just walk up on a person of the law. Go ahead. Walk up on them and say something. Man, I'll fucking kill your ass. I dare you. Nah, I don't really, but I'm just saying. You think it's just words? Do that. Go ahead. Go ahead. And tell them, yo, you mad? What your hand on your gun for? Yo, chill with the taser. Hey, chill. It's just words. You mad? Do that. Words are not, listen, it's never just words. Never. It's never just words. Matter of fact, I'm not literally, well, if you don't believe me, try it. Take a month. Take 90 days, which is 3 months. Okay, take 90 days, 3 months, and say that you're nothing. I'm nothing. I'll never be successful. I'll never be shit in life. Say that to yourself. And watch and see how you start to operate in life. Watch and see how you start to move in your day to day. You understand? It's never just words. Never. It's never just. Listen, watch how you start to move. You'll start to move like somebody who ain't shit. You'll start to move like somebody, you know what I'm saying, who has no purpose. You'll start to move as such. You'll create your own situation. You'll create your own algorithm based off what you say. You know what I'm saying? Those negative affirmations, go ahead and do it, see what happens if it's just words. You understand? Now, don't get me wrong. Should people work on their boundary, on their triggers, their trauma and their triggers? Sure. Right? Should we be so easily triggered? No, we should not. Should we work on not letting words get to us? Listen, some things, it don't really, triggers are just triggers. Certain things are just always going to make us feel away. It just is what it is. I suppose the biggest thing is, well, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for nobody else. But one thing that I do, even though nobody asked me, but fuck it, y'all here. Listen, I affirm such things like I am in control of my emotions. I am in control of my actions. Meaning, at least to me, that, listen, sure, I may get triggered. I may be triggered by something. I may be triggered. Listen, on the inside, I may be boiling hot. You know what I mean? But number one, I ain't about to let you know that. Number one, I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if it's like a breakup, a bad breakup. You know what I'm saying? With a woman. I don't care. Listen, whatever you tried to do to trigger me, to the best of my ability, I'm controlling my actions. You ain't gonna know it anyway. And if it's that bad, you know what I'm saying, that I'll just have to take that L. So I get it. I've heard Charleston White and I like Charleston White, but I've heard Charleston White on a couple of occasions say that only boys get just crash out over words. I don't like that. So should we allow words to take us over the top? In a bad way? Should we allow words? Should we allow them to trigger us so bad that we crash out? Next thing you know, we in prison and we got fines and court dates and cases and the whole shit. Should we? No. I'm just saying, and that's almost kind of harsh too. Only boys let words get to them. Nah, man. Like, words have spells. You know what I'm saying? Words can cut you deeper than a knife can. Yeah, words can, fam. Should you let it get to you that much? You know what I'm saying? That you crash out? No, you should not. No, I'm not saying, that you should allow words for you to go off and go on a killing spree. No, not at all. I'm just saying, of course you're mad. Of course you're triggered. Words, it's never just words. Dig what I'm saying? Words will cost you a friendship. It'll cost you a business relationship. It'll cost you your job. Words can cost you. So I disagree with this notion that only boys are moved by words. I think I get what he's trying to say. We should be mature enough and wise enough to know that a lot of people are projecting anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just only comprehend who you are and the things you say based off their limited perception. I hope that made sense. Because they think small, they're going to perceive you and your interests and everything about you in a way that's skewed. Right? So you got to know that. There's some wisdom that comes with walking around day to day. You feel me? And if you got enough wisdom, then you should know, okay, cool. Those words, like words can trigger you, yeah. But not to the point to where you crash out and next thing you know, it's costing you things. That's not good. Not even a little bit. Right? You got to be wise enough to know who's just simply hating on you. Who's just some jealous motherfuckers just hating on you. You know what I'm saying? Who just happens to know that you're easy to trigger. And there you go. You done flipped out and crashed out and lost everything you got, whatever progress you made. Now you got to start all over. After you pay all your fines, after you do this and do that and all this other bullshit, when you probably could have just walked off. You understand? So I'm not condoning crash outs. I'm just saying stop acting like words can't get you hurt. Words got our asses whipped many a times as kids. Words has gotten a woman smacked a couple times by her man. Not condoning violence like that, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. You know? Words will fuck around and have a woman go bleach her man's clothes, slash his tires. Words, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? They say, well, no, that's something else. That's the pen is mightier than the sword. But the tongue, somebody can say something to you right now, or as soon as you leave home, somebody could say something to you, and it could probably fuck up the rest of your week. I've had people say things to me, right? And I ain't trying to speak greasy about my third wife. You know what I'm saying? Because my third ex-wife, rather, I could probably call her number right now and she'd answer, and we could probably carry on a conversation about 5-10 minutes. Ha, he, and then hang up. All right, good talking to you. Peace. Later. Right? So it's not like that. However, every relationship has its ups and downs. We all say things that we don't mean. Right? So with that, that's the disclaimer. So with that said, it was right after I had just opened up Skill. Not this location, but the old one. And we were open because it was originally to be a family business or whatever. And she said something. We was talking about something. You know what she called me? She called me a charity case. Dead ass. She called me, you fucking charity case. Something like, because, see, we opened that business together. Right. And then eventually we ended up separating and then eventually getting divorced. And of course, we split things up. She got the timeshare, whoop de whoop de whoop. I got the shop, whoop de whoop de whoop. What was she gonna do with a barbershop? What was I gonna do with a timeshare? So yeah. So her thing was, you get all the praise or something because, you know, they see me. They see 1 minute I'm working in somebody's barbershop. Next thing you know, I got my own. So her thing was, well, you get all the praise and all I get is all the thank you or something. It's been years. It's been over 10 years. You get all this and you get all that. And then whoop-de-whoop came out her mouth. She called me a charity case. You might think, so what? So what? Let me tell you something, man. You got to understand. It was my wife at the time. That was my wife. My wife called me a charity case. Yo, that shit cut like a knife. That cut me deep. I still remember it to this day, obviously, because I'm talking about it right now. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, as time went on, we talked about it. She apologized. You know, when you address things, she apologized. I didn't mean that. I was mad. And I believe that. She was mad. And so, after, you know, we divorced or whatever, and still remain cool, you know, to a degree. I remember, I don't know if she gave me a compliment about how the shop was doing, and, you know, since she and I had parted and whatever. But I remember saying to her, I said, not bad for a charity case, huh? You know what I'm saying? That was just my way of saying, I guess I made good. See, owning the business was really different for me. And because of her credit, she ended up on the front end doing most of the spending. And then I had to kind of, you know, because we were going in on it together, I had to kind of get her back on the back end. I got terrible credit. I had terrible credit at the time. So yeah, so I'm saying all that to say that words can hurt. I'm sure I've said something that somebody's never gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? They probably been smacked around, kicked down the flight of stairs, and some other shit. And they've gotten over that. Probably got up, walked away, and said, I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. Right? But that one thing that I said to them, that one thing that I said, I ain't never gonna forget that. They gonna remember that for the rest of their lives. There are things that my parents have said. Things my parents have done. But we just talking about words, so forget that. But there are things my parents have said. I still remember it to this day. You know? Yeah, sure. I understand that, you know, parenting is hard. I understand that I was a pain in the ass as a teenager. I was wilding. So, you know, there was some, you know, I get it. I get it. But again, should we let words, you know what I'm saying, get to us like that? No. No, we shouldn't. But let's please stop acting like words can't. Stop acting like they don't carry weight. You know what I'm saying? Why you think it's called spelling? Okay, that was a reach. But think about it. Words have spells. You say something, you say that you are this, you say you this and you that, you that and you this. You say it long enough, you'll end up being exactly who you say you are. Because the words, the affirmations, I'm telling you, try it. You programming yourself. You can program yourself to do bad. You can program yourself to do good. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta take my word for it. Do it your damn self. Shit, listening to me. Do it your damn self. Point is, people gonna do what they want to do. I suppose I'm just giving my POV. I think it's some bullshit. I think it's some bum shit. You know what I mean? You mad? Are you mad, bro? You mad? The fuck yeah, I'm mad, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Of course I'm mad. You know what I mean? You say some funky shit about me, my family. Yo, yeah, you can't say things to trigger people and then look at them like you. Of course, it's fucking mad. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Just wanted to get that off my chest. That's all I gotta say about that. Word. So yeah, man. Before I get out of here, yeah, man, just want to say thank y'all for watching. Once again, you got a born day today. Salute to you. You know what I mean? New life, more life, all that good stuff. Enjoy your day. There's only one person like you. One person with that fingerprint. You know what I'm saying? You're one of one. Move as such. You understand what I'm saying? Watch how you talk to yourself. Because once again, words have spells. You know? Shout out to anybody who's lost a loved one. You know what I'm saying? The holidays are approaching, and whether you're into the holidays or not, it could not be the holidays. It could be Kwanzaa. It could listen, some people bring in the new year. You know, they had a tradition of bringing in the new year with a particular family member, and maybe they're no longer here. You know? So my heart goes out to you. My condolences. My heart goes out to anybody who's got a loved one who's not faring too well health-wise right now. You know what I mean? My heart goes out to you all. To everybody who's still showing up. You know what I'm saying? To everybody who's still showing up even when things are rough. You know, money's funny. Family members acting funny. Just, hey, man. Friends, so-called friends acting funny. Your car giving you trouble. But yet, you're still showing up every day. Salute to y'all too, man. Still showing up every day. Not just for yourself, but you showing up for the people around you who are a real leader. And you matter. Salute you. Thank you for showing up. I also want to leave you with this, man. It's less than a month left in 2025. We're in December. It's less than a month. And listen, man, I encourage everybody to start thinking about their health. This is pretty much nothing I've never. This isn't anything I ain't said already. But there's a lot of people who are tipping over. A lot of people who ain't making it to 60. You know, they're hitting like 52, 55, and they out of here. You know, you can call it corny, call it what you want. But I also think it's important to say these things because, you know, listen, if you're gonna watch my podcast, then that's what I'm all about. You know, that's what I like to promote. Decent mental health, decent physical health, decent to great. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. I'm 51 years old, and I don't know, I ain't gonna front. Like when I see people in their 50s not faring well health-wise, you know, some of them tipping over and they out of here, it puts the battery in my back and makes me want to go harder. And when that happens, that makes me want to see if I can put a battery in somebody else's back. I don't know, man. Start with a simple gym membership or something. You know, watch your diet. Start flipping over the labels and seeing what's in there. You know, go talk to your primary care provider. You know what I mean? Health is wealth, man. If you overweight, get your big ass in the gym and do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I would say 2026 start fresh, but fuck that, start now. You know what I mean? If you wait until, oh shit, it was tied. Now it's 21-28. 22 seconds left in the fourth. Looks like Green Bay is going to take this. And just like I was talking about the weather earlier, I think we're supposed to get another snowstorm. They're putting up school closings right now. My uncle's in the family chat. Run the goddamn ball. Run the goddamn ball. Word. So yeah, man. Yeah. Health is wealth. That's all I gotta say about that. Y'all stay up. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies. Peace. Hey. This is Hoodies.